Hi, everyone. Very excited now to welcome in MJS Sports Cards on Instagram. But to those who know him, he is Mark. Mark, how are you?
I'm doing well, Dave. How are you?
I'm doing great. I like having you back on again. I'm excited to get talking about this. So let's just get right to it. What card are we talking about today?
Today we are talking about the 1992-93 Upper Deck McDonald's Shaquille O'Neal Future Force rookie card.
Okay, and before we show it, what is it about this card that made this the one that you wanted to talk about?
I as soon as you told me that you were going to be working on this series, there's so many cards that went through my mind, but this was really the one that stood out, right? Like it's a $1 card like that you can find in any dollar bin, but this was something that brought me back to my childhood. It's a card that was released through McDonald's, right? If you bought an extra value meal, you would get a pack of three cards, and this one and the Michael Jordan, and I think there's a Michael Jordan Hollow were the real hits of that series. But back then, Shaquille O'Neal was all the rave, right? He was the larger than life upcoming rookie, and for 7 year old me, this was the chase card. This was the Grail card, and it's a card that still brings a smile to my face. If I see it in a dollar bin, I still try to pick it up. So this was the one that I really wanted to talk about today.
Did you get one from McDonald's originally, or is it one that you yearned for and then finally found at a show or online somewhere?
I must have forced my parents to take me to McDonald's maybe 8 to 10 times. And I never got one from a pack. I never even got the Jordan from a pack. I think I think I might have gotten a James Worthy. I think I might have gotten a Larry Bird, which were, very good cards, but never the Shaq when I was growing up. So I think that's part of why when I see it, like there's a part of me that always kind of feels like you got to pick it up.
Very good. So let's bring the card to the screen now. So some people will be listening, some will be watching. Why don't you now describe the card, please?
Yeah, so Shaq is looks like he's in the post, with the ball, like with his hand cupped under the ball, maybe looking to make a spin move of some sort. He's been guarded by number 23 on the Washington Bullets, who I just looked it up in 1992, was a 6'9" center named Charles Gadget Jones. And it looks like Shaq may be wearing a pair of Reeboks. I'm not 100% sure. My 1990s shoe game is not that great, but this is the Shaq of the rookie of his rookie season that I really remember. He's also wearing that great pinstriped Magic jersey that I love.
In the background, I love the barrier that appears to be around the court, which you don't see anymore. They got rid of that, I think, later in the 90s because players kept going into them at various stadiums. So it's a real, relic of the era to see that red barrier back there.
Yeah, it's a real throwback, and you can kind of see the fans that their attire looks very early 1990s. There, you have like some of the mustaches in the corner and stuff. It's just a great image.
So when you are walking around a show and you come across it, what is the initial feeling that hits you as you're just going through, dollar box, and there is the card?
It's the nostalgia hit is I think it's multiplied, right? Because it's not just the card, it's being a kid that's at McDonald's, right? Like, and for me, when I was a kid, getting to go to McDonald's, like I always felt like had I had I had accomplished a great achievement by convincing my parents that McDonald's was where we needed to eat that day, right? Like, so that would always be like the step one of like acquiring a pack, and then you had to convince them to order the thing that would get you a pack, right? Like that. There's always like a little bit of nostalgia for like the sort of mischievous conniving of 7 year old me, and like that kind of feeling of victory when when you set foot inside of a McDonald's as a kid. And so when I am going through a bargain bin and I see this card show up, right? You know, it elicits such a feeling of childlike glee for me, right? Like it's, you know, I actually don't always pick it up when I see it in a bargain bin, but I'll always like kind of set it aside in that pile of cards that I'm considering. And like, you know, I probably have like 5 or 6 copies now, so I don't really need any more copies of it. But it's just like it's just a card I love to look at because you know, it kind of takes me back to the earliest days of collecting. I think I probably had started collecting just a year or two before this, right? So this was just the early days of cards for me, where I might have just had only recently had gotten a binder by 1992, right? Like so. All of those really early memories kind of come rushing back whenever I see this at a show.
So when did you get your first Shaq McDonald's card?
That's a great question. I think it was not until like I maybe was like 10 or 12 years old, so like 1995, 1997. And these were, you know, these were not like these are probably worth more then than they are now, right? Like you'll find them in a dollar bin now, but like, you know, it probably cost me like 5, 6 bucks as a kid, right? Like I don't have that copy anymore, and the copy that I have with me is the first copy that I bought. It was like 2 years ago at a Nashville show, and I was going bargain bin hunting, and when this came up, right, like. Just kind of that fondness of the set, and like I remember going back at that time and learning about the set, and like learning that, you know, there were regional variations for the set that kind of you know, as folks that are listening who are interested in set building and set chasing, right? When you focus on the set as a whole, you start to find exciting little trinkets of information about it.
Now, and having looked at the front, I don't remember seeing the McDonald's logo out there on the front. Is it on the back? Is it anywhere?
It is, right? So the hologram on the back here is
Oh,
like a
yeah.
is a McDonald's shape. And you'll see that the card is numbered P43. There's actually two Shaq McDonald's versions. One is a regional version that was only released in the Orlando area, and that one would be numbered OR5. And one is the regular base set version, number P43.
Is the OR5 considered to be more rare? Or is that also mass produced?
It's I mean, they were so mass produced, but in large in large areas, they had like a local set that that they introduced. So, for example, in the Los Angeles area where I grew up, there was a Lakers team set that was numbered LA 1 to 10, and you would get two of the regular cards and then one of the Lakers cards in that particular area. In Orlando, there was an Orlando set of which Shaq was one of those cards. So it might be a little bit rarer. I mean, it might be a few bucks instead of a $1, but it's not a particularly rare card.
What is it about these cards, do you think, that just, you know, put a smile on our faces? That, you know, we strive for these, you know, cards of players who we revere, and sometimes it takes a while to save up, and we consolidate, we do all these things. What is it about, you know, the $5, $6, $7 card, the $2 card that keeps us coming back?
You know, for me, it is the one, like, it is that one particular space in the hobby where it's really not about the money, right? Like, I would love to tell you that, you know, I don't care about the value of a 3, 4, $500 card that I have, but I do, right? Like, it's a meaningful amount of money for me. But this, you know, this card is just a piece of cardboard that I look at that makes me smile. It's not a card that I'm ever going to sell. It's not going to make a material difference in my finances. it's a picture that makes me happy. And it's something that I can kind of tell a story about. I can chat about, being a 7-year-old and watching Shaquille O'Neal and thinking like, oh my gosh, this guy is breaking backboards, right? Like thinking he was literally the strongest human being alive, right? Like there are like it is the kind of collectible for me that is at the very root of what I want to aspire to as a collector, right? To kind of curate or collect these sorts of things that I collect because I really like it, because I really love it. And that's really truly all that matters. And this kind of price point of like the $1, $2, $5 card, um, that's really where I find that kind of meaning.
Where do you keep it? Where do you store it?
So it is, I have like a 2-row box that I have mainly like PC cards, and it's like at the top of like where I keep my cards. So it is that box that I pull out where I flip through cards that I really like. And there, it has a range of PC cards that are there. And um, this one is probably, one of a few that are like dollar bin sorts of cards that I just flip through from time to time when I have a break from work, or I'm looking for um, something to do in the evening to unwind a little bit. So it's one that I get to look at pretty regularly.
Mark, thank you. Thanks for sharing your interest in this card and teaching us all about it.
Thanks, Dave.